Welcome to Lunch Break Tarot. I'm Jolene, and if this video has found you, there's a message in it you're supposed to hear at this time, big or small. So trust the timing, and when something I say resonates, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. I am once again using Christina Ricci's deck, Cat Full of Spiders. Just so happens to be a Monday. I am off work. I did something different than I normally do, and that is eat dinner before I made this video. I'm so stuffed and satisfied. And then after this, I'm going to take a walk. Firstly, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Hello, independence. All right. We'll see. Are you being, what's the word? Emancipated? See what else we get. Another great thing about Monday is that Kristie Thompson posts all 12 or 13, I guess, of her zodiac readings. It's like Christmas every Monday for me. I'm obsessed. She has alopecia, nystagmus with her eyes, and eczema. If she's not sensitive, I don't know. I don't know who is. She has a Sagittarius sun, a Leo rising, and a Scorpio moon. So that combination, apparently, she's sensitive and fried. What else have we got today? I'm feeling better, by the way, if you're keeping up. Feeling a lot better. I just can't say everything because I have to stay gainfully employed, but I have my ways. I'm not doing anything illegal, so don't you worry. But yeah, I feel tremendously better. And the part of it is, should I take that many? That's a lot. I don't think I will. That's too many. I probably should have, because then I'd be done shuffling. Oh well, if it wants to come out, it can come out again. I finally learned my lesson related to my ex, and that was what the physical pain was about. I mean, it was psychosomatic, of course, but psychosomatic doesn't mean I didn't have a real injury that would have been detectable by a CAT scan. It just means well, they even know that when you have CPTSD, you get muscle tightening, and your muscles just tighten for no reason seemingly, and it can make you get injured. So it's that type of thing. But anyway, learn my lesson. I'm the world's slowest learner when it comes to being with an avoidant, but I freaking learned finally. Hardest lesson I ever had to learn, and I am so glad to finally be on the other side of that. No more freaking confusion or changing my mind. I hope you are having similar amounts of clarity. Sorry this shuffle is taking so long. I am not holding you hostage. On purpose, anyway. Okay, I'm going to take those, I guess. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. So leaving something in the past. Okay. Right, Six of Swords? Yeah, Six of Swords is leaving something behind. It looks like there was some type of, like, I don't know, where you, like, there was some type of deal or confrontation, negotiation, discussion. And it looks like someone who held the power over you, like, got beheaded, dethroned, metaphorically beheaded, not literally, but they're not like they don't hold the power over your life anymore. And that speaks to this Nine of Pentacles too, which is like having a newfound sense of like like you are self-made, not necessarily a millionaire or anything, but what you've got, you know, it's yours. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Swords. Okay. Well, it is supposed to be. I'm feeling better, like, but you know, this is part. This I'm part of the collective too, and Ten of Swords means you might be up for some pain. There is a Saturn Mars. Both of them are debilitated, and they're both squaring this week. So that is supposed to be, you know, we're up for some challenges. Everyone is. So that could be speaking to what the Ten of Swords is. Okay. Page of Cups. This is an apology or a bid for connection. Yeah. Or somebody could be testing your boundaries. We'll have to clarify and get more out of them. But, and then Page of Wands. This could be you defending your boundaries, like with anger. Like, she's just like, test me, mofo. Okay. I'm gonna make some room on this table. Sorry about it. Then we have the Three of Swords, heartbreak and betrayal. Yeah, this is you finding it all too easy to recall all of the BS that you had to go through at the hand of someone else who didn't care about, didn't allow you to have informed consent about whatever BS they were pulling. And the Queen of Swords is you're cutting them off. You're just like, heads will roll off with their heads. This is very much defending your boundaries. So someone is going to test your boundaries again. You already had to talk about it. You already made your case. You were diplomatic about it, but they still tested your boundaries, and they're probably going to test them again. I mean, if you're dealing with an avoidant, nothing makes them come crawling more than them feeling loss. Who cares about whether you're feeling loss, right? You're not them. Your feelings they don't register. All right. Clarify the I'm going to clarify the Nine of Pentacles, but I'm going to be Mr. Rogers and start remembering to take a drink between layers. I tried that pumpkin spice syrup. It was not good. It was just pure sugar, and like a tisp, like just a wisp of pumpkin spice. I'm gonna have to make my own. I don't like making anything myself these days because I just always have so much crap to do, but I'm about to be mama homemaker again this fall. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make croissants. I'm gonna make pie crusts. I'm gonna do all the things. Clarify Nine of Pentacles. I think some of you are really knowing, like willing to go it alone, and like you maybe have worries about needing this other person, but you're seeing so clearly that you would truly be better off just figuring out some other solution if, you know, chaos strikes. You'll just be way better off figuring it out yourself than ever calling on this person again. Clarify Nine of Pentacles. Also, my self-doubt yesterday is at bay, so I'm feeling confident, not just in myself, but in this as an art and just how truly easy it is to have good, accurate readings, even if you're not relying on like third eye stuff, because third eye stuff doesn't happen with every card. And I used to put pressure on myself for that to happen. And if I wasn't getting third eye hits, then I was having doubts as to the accuracy of my readings. But I've re I've I don't know. I got more insights about that. Just this is truly an art. You can just trust it way more than you might know. And I have a newfound sense of confidence just in the art. And I do have introverted intuition as my dominant function. That's not even speaking of inner sight. But so I mean, I would be good at this even if I didn't have some type of quote unquote psychic gift. But anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to say that, I guess. So clarifying the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Moon, the Strength card, and the Ace of Pentacles. I know some of you guys like this deck, so I like to show it. Funny, I just said how confident I was, and right now, so I'm just gonna like give surface level and see what else comes of it. So the Moon, this is being overwhelmed, probably with feeling like everything is on your shoulders, like everything is up to you, like you feel emancipated from some other force that held you back in the past, but you also have a lot of overwhelming feelings. And I can give an example about this too. I was repressing so many feelings and I didn't realize I was doing it, but I have a lot of nostalgia for my ex and I wasn't allowing myself to feel the good feelings because I was afraid it was going to make me want to come back to him. And so I realized today that if I have a good memory pop into my head, it doesn't actually make me feel grief over thinking, oh, I'm never going to get to do that particular thing again. I just take a moment to feel gratitude for ever experiencing that anyway. And that has really been helping me release my emotions. So I had a blind spot, I guess, to positive feelings. Okay. And then the strength card. This is you feeling strong again because you're disillusioned. Your disillusion or your illusionment was keeping you weak before. And now you're happily alone in some way or another. Doesn't mean you don't have people in your life, but whatever you cut ties with, you don't have to like check in with them or report on your decisions. You get to make decisions yourself in some kind of way. And like you're clear about that, and that is a huge relief. And then the Ace of Pentacles is, it looks like you are going to, because of the new energy that you're going to have from not having this other crappy thing weighing over your head all the time, you're going to get some type of new opportunity related to money. And like you might have been worrying about being on your own, but you're going to be fine. You're going to be better than you ever were, to where like you're, because you got clear that you didn't want this person even when you thought you might need them, you're going to be in a position to where you actually wouldn't need them anymore financially. But I think you had to prove that first before you could level up. Clarify the Six of Swords. I'm going to download so many of Kristie's videos while I'm walking on the trail and burn off some of this sugar. I don't know if I said 7 of Swords, but I meant 6 of Swords, and this is leaving something behind. Clarify the 6 of Swords. So many things have become clear to me today that I just couldn't see before. I feel indignant. I just feel, I don't know. Self-righteous is not the right word exactly, but I feel resolute, that's for sure. And it is such a huge relief to feel like I'm not going to be like at risk of falling for a spell again. There's something about like, and that was the thing too for me about the choice yesterday that I was talking about. I did not realize that there was a choice, that like I didn't have to wait for somebody to offer me a choice. I could just decide to make a choice based on everything I already knew. And when I did, it was just so much relief. So much relief. And of course I manifested like meeting with somebody. I didn't meet with them in person, but over text. It was like that final, okay, no, it was like the nice part, the diplomatic part, and then the, okay, no contact, bub. All right, clarify 6 of Swords. Good enough. All right, we have the 9 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is because of whatever interaction you had recently or will have soon. There's not going to be any more of this holy crap, woe is me type stuff. Like, why won't they choose me? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, you've come to the end of that. But your person, because you have left them behind, and this isn't like saying this to like revel in their misfortune or anything, but they're feeling like this now because you did that. And I don't know, they're having some type of evolution because of it. It doesn't mean that they're gonna like offer commitment or anything, but it wouldn't matter even if they did, right? Because you already made your decision. So they could come back and be perfect, and they would just be like, okay, too little, too late. But I think they are learning something from it. Clarify the 10 of Swords. I've been laying in bed in the morning before I have to go to work. I like hit snooze so many times. I set my alarm for 5 a.m. and just hit snooze every 9 minutes until I have to get out of bed. And that's a long time, but I watch Kristie's video because she always uploads one overnight. And I don't really get the benefit of co-regulating with anyone anymore, but I honestly haven't for years, because the last couple of years when my ex and I were together, we were sleeping in separate beds. But I realized that I just really let myself lean into the coziness in the morning. Like, I feel wonderful laying in bed in the morning because you're just kind of coming off of grace from going wherever we go when we sleep. Dorothy says it's the lap of God. And that's why your body heals overnight too, and why you have to go to sleep every night, because your body can only take so much punishment from your mind in regular world. And anyway, when I wake up in the morning, I'm still on the tail end of that, and it is the most luxurious thing if I take a moment to appreciate it. All right, we have the Three of Cups, clarifying the Ten of Swords. So this is what you feel like every time you get together with this person. You get together with the intention of having a good time, but every time you do, this is the price you pay for it. Ten of Swords. And they honestly do too. I don't know. It's just like, so it was so seductive that you both were willing to pay the price for it until you weren't. All right. The Sun is clarifying the Page of Cups. So evidently, the Page of Cups is someone, apologizing and having a bid for connection. So if that is your story, it sounds like someone has had a true total illumination over it. For some of you, this is apologizing to yourself for everything you put yourself through, and you are promising never to do that to yourself again. You are reassuring your nervous system. You won't be at the mercy of that person again. You won't let them hurt you again. Yeah. Let's see. Clarify the Page of Wands. I've been watching an AI channel at night. It's just a whole bunch of like AI generated images of a certain couple, and a narrator talks about the different dynamics about like avoidantly attached people and an empath. And the imagery is so calming for me. Like, I don't know, it's a lot of just really awesome scenery and interior design, and the couple is like super fashionable and hip, I suppose. So I'll link that in the description. Like, if you are interested in it, watch it with a grain of salt, because it somehow never leaves you satisfied with their videos. It always knows what your question. It leaves a question unanswered always to keep you watching, and it just seems like you never end up finding your question. But anyway, I don't know. That just brought me a lot of comfort lately, so I'll link it if I remember. I think I will. All right, so clarifying the Page of Wands is the Two of Swords. And yeah, this was you, like, tired of being torn between like waiting for them and will they ever make a decision, and you're just like ready to blow up one of those options. Like, you're ready to light a match and like burn a bridge, because who wants to be in Two of Swords forever? You only do that for so long. Clarify Three of Swords. Three of Swords was heartbreak and betrayal. I'm kind of getting like someone left before their time. I'm not sure how that fits in, but I wanted to say it since I saw that. This is someone that has a lot of regret. either they made a mistake or they were victimized in some way and their time was cut short. Clarify Three of Swords. I'm just letting these go long lately. I mean, they just do. The reading's not over until it's over. My drink is getting plumb melted. Oh well. Yeah, somebody told me to take ibuprofen every so many hours. Take 3 ibuprofen. I would croak. Like, I know you mean well, and you're a guy, so you definitely would have a larger tolerance than me. And you might be in a different country to where 3 ibuprofens really equates to lower milligrams than it would here. But I know ibuprofen's good as an anti-inflammatory. It used to be my drug of choice, but as I have gotten older, I've gotten even more sensitive, and I took 2 ibuprofen just one time last year after my ex-husband moved out, and I had to meet with the divorce attorney, and I was just feeling wrecked, and I was way newer in my job, so way more stressed out. Anyway, I got so dehydrated, like extraordinarily dehydrated. Like, no matter how much I drank, my body wasn't hydrated. And then I got vertigo so bad, to where I was like throwing up in the floor, and I had vertigo for a week. And so yeah, I'm never taking ibuprofen again. But nobody really realizes what a snowflake I am, and I've had that my whole life. Like, when I had an epidural with my second son, I still had complete control over my bowels. And I mean, I proved it. I used a bedpan every 30 minutes because I had an IV running through my veins. So I think it's the autism thing and the hypersensitivity, but drugs just affect me different. Everything does. Food, everything. Not everybody is the same. Clarify Three of Swords. I'm very interested in this person's story. So yeah, I mean, Tylenol, I used to avoid that because supposedly it blunts empathy in your frontal lobe. And I have empathy in spades. And I actually did notice when I took it a couple weeks ago for my back injury, I was like way less of a doormat to my ex. And I was like, wow, I need to take this more often. I'm actually kidding because I don't want to overtax my liver. But anyway, yeah, I know it's definitely not an anti-inflammatory, but it does seem to help for whatever reason it does. But I haven't taken it at all this go around. Mostly because the worst of it was over the weekend. So I only usually take Tylenol if I have to function. Clarify Three of Swords, please. Pretty please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we have Ace of Cups. Clarifying the Three of Swords. Yeah, you're, by realizing the truth of your situation, your healing. Like you weren't ever able to really heal from this heartbreak and betrayal before because you didn't know who your enemy was. You loved them and they kept tugging on your heartstrings because they didn't want to feel guilty. But yeah, you see your situation for what it is. You see, I don't know. It's like it's truths that would have like shell shocked you before, but now you're just so relieved to know the truth that you're just taking it and running with it. Like you are done with pain at someone else's hand. And obviously you had your role in it by, you know, not making the choice sooner. Nobody to blame, but you know, you're not I just don't want you to get a big head or anything. We all kind of get in situations because there's something within us that does that, but still you do deserve your justice for the parts that were unjust. Clarify Queen of Swords. And I shouldn't have to say this, but obviously don't seek vengeance. That only applies to a very small portion of you. But clarifying the Queen of Swords, which is like cutting someone off, cutting someone out, going no contact. We have the Seven of Cups. And yeah, you're doing this just because of what an effect they have on you to keep like kind of poisoning your mind. Not that they're doing it on purpose. They might even just be subconsciously super good at manipulating you to get your needs met. But that's why you want to go no contact, because you don't want them to, I don't know, pollute your mind and get leverage again. I guess, is there some advice? This doesn't really feel complete. Is there advice? I'm just so relieved. I feel so much better lately. Like recently. I felt, I don't know. I felt good pretty much instantly after the event happened yesterday. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, she's just going on with her life, just going with the motions. And I suspect that you're about to enter your new chapter because you let this thing go finally. Like, what is waiting for you, what new adventures you're about to have will find you while you're doing like taking the next step. You're just like kind of, doing the next thing a little at a time, going to work if that's what you do, whatever your thing is of just keeping your life moving. Yeah, that's where we are right now. Relief from awfulness and just waiting for what's next. Well, that's this reading. I'm going to wrap this up here. If something I said resonated, please let me know by liking and subscribing. I'll link that thing in the description. I'll just link some resources in the description, so look in there if you want. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.